What's going on, dudes? Mr. X and Journal again, the Real Venom here, and welcome to episode 5 of the Rags to Riches series. When we last left off, I showed that I had 31 keys. Because I didn't actually save the screenshot, I've just gone to the closest inventory I can, which is on the 20th of May. And as you can see, I've got 32. I believe I just traded the key up, or was in that process. And I've got a bit of metal here. No, I must have gotten my key from one of the trades. Either way, this is as close as I can get. I'm going to explain everything that happened since the 20th, because I had a failed hard drive and I did a whole bunch of trades since then. So I'm going to start the episode by talking about that, because it's changed the whole dynamic of how we're doing the series. But if you do like the videos, remember to drop a like on them, and let's get started. So, remembering that we started with the 32 keys there, as you can see, I've got 3 unusuals down the bottom here. Now, I've done a bunch of trades, like, I've bought some things and I've sold some things, but let me try and make sure I've got everything right. So, from the 32 keys, I bought this steaming neckwear headwear. I bought it at 13.5 roughly, and I'm selling it at about 17, hoping to profit off that. I also had a couple of smaller trades along the way. I probably have the screenshots somewhere. Let me check. Okay, so I managed to find the trade history, and that's as close as I'm able to get. There's a whole bunch of trades going on, so I've got the list here, and I'll just show off what I'll just mention what I got. So I bought the neckwear headwear for 13.5. I then bought a Orbiting Fire Mighty Mitre, for 8 keys and 7 refined or something like that. Managed to pick it up really cheap. 7 keys, 8 refined, it was that way. And then I sold it for 8 keys. So at that point, I was at 33 off that one. Then I bought this bubble pipe for 12 keys. Selling it at 14, still cheapest seller. I then bought a Blizzardy Storm Old Snaggletooth, as you can see there, Blizzardy Storm. And I managed to sell that for full price, which was, I paid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I paid 7 to metal and I managed to get 8, so I had 34. So that was, I paid 15 for that and 12 for that, which is 27. That makes 30. I think I had 36 actually, because I sold it for 9. And then I bought this Cloud9 Hetman's headpiece. As you notice, I bought 2 of them. And I will explain that in a moment. But I picked that up for about 6 keys. So essentially, I was looking at 36 keys off a couple of trades. But right now, I've got 3 keys, a bit of metal, and some unusuals ready to sell. Now, the steaming neckwear headwear, I'm just going to actually grab up the stats for all of these. So I'm going to start with the neckwear headwear. The steaming neckwear headwear I picked up at 13 and a bit. As you see, I'm at 17 and I'm well and truly below the lowest seller. If I do need to dip down, I know I've got a current offer of 13.10, so I might actually go for that if I can't sell this. Even if I have to go to 15, I've still profited off that and I've had to wait a while for it. So I'm happy to hold that at 17 and have it pretty solid. The Cloud9 bubble pipe I picked up at 12, and as you see at 14, I'm well and truly the lowest seller. Even the guy going down to 15 doesn't come close. It's got a recent price, so 14 isn't unrealistic. I know I've had a very close offer for that one as well. And the Cloud9 Hetman's headpiece. Now, there was another seller here, which was Johan from Quicksell.store. Now, when I picked up the first one, I picked it up at the discount of 6 keys, which I was just like, hell yeah. But then I saw that at 6.7 there was the other bot. Now, it's a lot harder to sell. As you see, it's like 6 keys 44 for one. But it's a lot harder to sell something for profit if there is a seller who's that close. So I bought the other one. It's a 2-year-old price at 13 keys. But because I own both of them, I have the market on that right now. And I've got 2 for sale. One set painted white, which is my inventory. And then one which is not. Both of them are clean. Both of them have a pretty decent history. So with that, I now have the market where I can sell both for 9. if I don't have to go to like 8, I should be all right. And I picked it up at 6. Hopefully, even if I take a key off everything here, that is 16, 13, and 8, which is 29, 37. I'm looking at about 40 keys with that, considering that this is 16 and then 13, 29, yeah, 37 plus the 3 there. We're looking at 40 keys. So I did a couple of trades, and I'm really happy with how I'm progressing. I did originally buy the soft cap for the trading series, but because it was spelled, I was like, I'm not going to be selling that quick enough. So I've decided that it was part of my inventory, and I sold it for 21 keys. I could have actually kept it in my inventory and been fine. But everything else here is for my trading inventory. I'm going to be looking at trying to make some profit off that. Hopefully, I'll get some offers on these 3. There's been a situation in the market recently where Dota got a 7-day trade ban after a leak. Hopefully, that doesn't happen to TF2 because trading might be in the shitter if so, and the series might have to end. But right now, we're looking at about 40 keys with 3 unusuals to sell, as opposed to last time where I had a bunch of smaller items that I couldn't sell. I've actually got 3 unusuals here I can sell, decent pricing, and I've got that going. So I know this was a lot of talking. It was about 5 minutes. I'm going to obviously cut it up, but I just wanted to clarify all the trades I've done. As you can see, I'm looking at about 40 keys right now off a couple of trades. So let's actually see what trades we get now. Alright, so I just made a trade for the Steaming Neckwear Headwear. I was looking at about 17 keys pure, but then I found this Smoking Cold Snap Cap. It's also an old class, it's the same tier of effect, they're pretty much the same price. But the buy orders on this one are 1 key higher. So I can actually look at that little bit of profit extra. Because I got this for about 13, I can look at about 14 or 15 and be able to profit off that one. So I'll just accept the trade, and I'll come back when I've got it. And I forgot to show it in game, even though it was in game, but here you can see the Cold Snap Cap. So that's a good flip. Let's go to the next trade. Alright, so I just woke up to see this trade where someone was buying the C9 Bubble Pipe for the 14 keys. So I've just accepted that, and I will come back when I've got the keys. And as you can see by the row split, I just realised I got a hair out of place. As you see by the row split, I'm back up to 17 keys, which is wonderful. Don't know why I didn't grab that. I've still got Hetton's headpiece, which I'm looking at about 9 keys. I'll probably drop it to 7 or 8. I'm still making profit because it was a 6 key hat. And this Cold Snap Cap, which I did the swap for the neckwear headwear. I know I've got a better deal coming in for the Cold Snap Cap, especially because it is cheaper, and I can drop the price to 14 and still be in profit. So honestly, pretty good. Let's go to the next trade. Alright, so I forgot to record the actual trade, but as you can see, I sold the Smoking Cold Snap Cap. I just put the unusual Hetmans there while I was sorting out my metal and that. But I sold it for 13 keys and a bunch of metal, so we're actually over where we started with that, and I've still got this key, this unusual, which I'm just going to be selling now. So we're going to be profiting off the 3 that we had, but I just want to show that I just did that trade. So let's go to the next one. And as you can see here, I'm selling the Hetmans, but I'm selling a bunch of my other unusuals as well, and I'm getting about 45. On the site, it's priced at 6.45, I think. Let me just check that quickly. 6.45, yeah. So I'm just going to move 6.45 out of it when I've got the trade through, so I'm just going to accept that now. And as you can see, I've got the 45 keys here and the metal. So it was 6 keys 45, which is actually to there. But because I've already got a bunch of metal here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab what I would pay for the current key stock and just move a key over. So I'm actually going to grab 7 keys and put it there. And then I'm going to move the metal over. So I've got 43 here. Let me just do some pricing quickly. So as you can see, it's going for about 51.88. Looking at the seller, there's a 50 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to take away 7 because, I'm getting 45, so I'm going to take away 5. And I'm just going to move that over to the back, which I've just done now. I better put that up quickly. As you can see, the highlighted, I've just moved that metal over. I'm going to buy a key with the metal that I've got in the other inventory. But as you can see here, we've got 37 keys and about 38 refined. So it's about essentially 37 and a half keys. Remembering I started at 33, got the 3 unusuals where I was looking at about 40. So I actually still profited off that because I had 33. I spent about 30, maybe 33 if anything, and now I'm at 37. So honestly, really happy with the profit, but let's go on to the next trade. So I was scrolling through the classifieds. I was actually looking through the auctions on scrap.tf, and I found this guy who was auctioning off his circling TF logo lore. Now, he wanted offers, obviously, because it was an auction, and there was a seller who was offering 28, so I'm like, I could do 29. And there's very good reason I've gone for this one. If I go over to the page, as you can see, there's only one seller at 40 and buy orders at 26. Well, basically 27. So what I can do is I can look at selling it for a decent price. Especially 29 is a fair bit above buy orders, but I'm not going to lose that much in the big picture, considering that it's closer to 27 and I'm paying 29 flat. And there's only one other seller who's at 40, and this is a null price. So I'm probably going to start, I'm thinking about 35? I don't know. Either way, this is a really good snag. So I'm going to come back when I've got that in my inventory. And as you can see here, I've got the circling TF logo lore. As I said, I'm going to start about 35. I know that I'm going to be going at least over 30. I'm going to actually write on the trade that I'm looking 35 key buyout, minimum offer of 30. I'm going to see what the bots are offering as well. But I'll just have a look around and see what I can find. Honestly, a really good pickup. I'm happy with this. Let's go to the next trade. Alright, so I was looking through the classifieds and I found this voltaic hat protector that's going off at 8 to 9, but as you can see, there's a lot of sellers at 7.04. Now, there's a buyer here at 7.18, so this is literally just going to be a quick flip where I'm buying at 7.2, which I'm just accepting on my phone now, and literally reselling straight at 7.9, 7 keys 944. Really easy pickup, really easy flip, so I'm going to come back when I've got the hat, and then when I've traded it. So here's stage 1. You can see I've got the head full of hot air, and I paid the very, very small amount of 7 keys and 2 refined. So I'm just going to flip that one quickly. And as you can see here, I've just thrown a metal on this page. I got my 7 keys back, and I got a bunch of metal. Now, it seems a bit weird that I would just go for something small like that, but it is literally a flip I did in essentially 20 seconds and got about 7 refined off it. So I'm going to try and potentially do it again just in case. But hopefully, well, it may not work, but that wasn't a very easy flip off that one. We made a couple of refined. So let's go to the next trade. And as you can see here, I got an offer for my unusual lore at 35 keys that I requested, and I held out on it. And so if we look at my inventory, you can see I've got 43 keys. The little slug is not for the trading series, it's just one I have a trade. But we're finally at 43 keys. We're sitting well. I'm not sure how much longer the series is going to be continuing, just because I'm going to do other things. I'm probably going to end off the series next episode, just doing a couple of trades, getting up a bit of inventory, and cashing out to an unusual. But I'll be working that out next episode. This is actually a great place to end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a weird series because of all the jumps and that. Sorry, weird episode. But as you can see, we're on the 43 keys. We're sitting well with profit. And I'm happy with where we've progressed. So thank you so much for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe for more. The link's in the description if you want to trade or if you want to check out anything else I've got going on down there. Thank you so much for watching. And just remember to stay classy, San Diego. Peace. That was not the right button.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica. Shout out